What's up, my derps? It's your boy Gregulus. Hey, that's me, and it's another Wednesday, so you know that means we're world building here in the world of Coatunn, the imaginations of my magical mystery brain. This is yet another episode where I am looking to work on the map of Obrun, the main island that Griorn Smashstone, my old character from our old show, the DD&D show, was from originally. I want to map this out for myself and with you guys, and we are literally doing progress, not perfection. Each week, I'm spending about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, depends how it goes, hanging out with you guys, taking your questions while I draw, while we write, while we come up with names. But mostly it's just indulging myself in this idea that I need to be putting down my creativity onto paper, or in this case, digitally, into the world. So, without further ado, I promised you guys last week that I would take some time and build out some inspiration for the actual look and feel of this. What the buildings are all going to look like, and kind of map that out a little bit more. And I did it. I did it. I swear I did it. So let me swap my screen over here. So, as you know, this is the map of Obrun here. You've seen this for about 3-4 weeks now, and it's been a slow process, in my opinion. That being said, I have been picking it out of thin air, not doing enough work to find inspiration for what these buildings, fortresses, etc., should look like. And because of that, it slows me down. So I started putting together this file here of just different inspirations of looks and feels, trying to come up with some ideas. Some, like, there's different things that I like, like, for example, in here I like the sort of Norse style, Gaelic style decorations on the walls, but I also then like this down here where it's like more free flowing and Caribbean looking. And up here I particularly like the three structured entrance there, like the two split. I like that Tolkien dwarven hard edge to this one. I like the stonework. Down here, I really liked the idea of there being some sort of water in the center of this area. I don't know, just different ideas as I see them, as I find them online. I will throw them in here for inspirational purposes only. Yeah, and so that helps start mapping out in my brain what these structures may or may not look like. As I've said, together we're gonna dive into these and start zooming in closer. I think we'll start with the map. I don't think we'll start with the whole world. We'll start with the map of the island. We'll zoom into there, and eventually we'll grow out out from this place. I think there's enough from this island in and of itself to create stories from, create lore from, connect things. So that was a long intro to say I got some more work to do, and I'd also like to spend some time today coming up with some naming conventions here. In my spare time, I also let's open up our little spreadsheet. Everybody loves a spreadsheet. Where's Johnny? He particularly loves a spreadsheet. I have been working on a lexicon of sorts to explain the naming conventions of the world. I like the idea of combining different, suffixes and prefixes from different cultures that sort of encapsulate the world, and to me, this world, the world of Coatunn, is I think its foundation is based on the primordial sort of Norse mythology, uh, but its spirit is that of the indigenous Caribbean people. So like the Taino, the Arawak, the Caribs, and even just in my personal life, like, my children are Ojibwe, they're indigenous, um, and I've learned a lot of that culture. And I think I'd like to bring a lot of these concepts and sort of amalgamate them in my mind, obviously in a respectful and appreciative way, not in an appropriation way. And so because of that, I like to do a lot of learning history, historical education on my own. Um, yeah, so I think I'll just start with some drawing. I want to finish up the map. I think we've got two more, maybe three more kind of villages. No, two more. I'm saying off to the side there. We'll think about those. Yeah, because I was looking at mapping them here. Let me get my little pen out. I was looking at. Ooh, that's big. Get my brush. So I was looking at putting that village there. So this is this, right? And then we were talking about potentially doing two villages that are at odds with each other across the river, which kind of makes for a fun little scenario. It's not anything new, but you've got this river, they're split, and maybe there's like a Hatfields and McCoy style lifelong family grudge holding, and maybe that's escalated over the tens of thousands of years that the dwarves have lived on the island of Obrun. Yeah, so I think, let me see here. Yeah, I think I can duplicate this and move these around and get a good idea of, like, there's a village there. And maybe, and duplicate it again. And we'll move some things around so it doesn't look like that's the chief's hut. Okay, so we'll move some of these around. Why is that not letting me? Oh, I think it's... Okay, so it won't let me select them for some reason. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I think we'll put some more huts over here so it looks like more populated, more densely populated. I think there would be a lot of people here, especially with the beaches and whatnot. And then we'll do some sort of different style chief hut, which I probably should have done some inspiration hunting. I'll call this one Village East, the other one Village West. I think we'll move some of these around. And I'll draw a bridge between. Okay, let's draw the bridge. The bridge doesn't have to be anything fancy. I think maybe we'll draw the bridge across the splits there. I think that would probably be the most likely place for a bridge to be put, because why would you put the bridge on the longer part? You probably want to just split it into two little bridges, right? So if we go like, oh, I don't have the right brush. Here we go. Let's make it smaller. Let me check something here. Yeah, okay, here we go. And I think this bridge would be more like, you know what, because I'm going to make this a smaller brush because those are already really small down there. Okay, that feels better. Maybe it's like, I'm going to zoom in. Like some kind of rope bridge or something. I think it should be more than a rope bridge. I think these are fairly large populations down here. But you get the notion. Oops. What's funny is I drew the second bridge there, but I know now that I'm going to copy and paste. Now, what should it look like underneath? Like this. Maybe we draw another line in here. Looks like some sort of sturdy brickwork. I mean, they are dwarves. They don't mess around. That looks kind of cool. You get the idea there. I'm not mad at that at all. It's funny. It's getting easier and easier to do this stuff. Bridge. Duplicate. Move. Let's turn that around. Oh no, it totally throws off the angle. Okay, you get the idea. The bridge is there. That's cool. Bridges. Now, I got to do 2 different chief huts. Well, I think it'd be funny to make one facing one way and one facing the other way, like they're purposely at war with each other. Now, what's chief hut gonna look like? We go like this. Maybe draw this. Don't like that angle. Oh, I like it having like a bit of a square front and a round back. How about that? That's kind of neat. Make the roof look like straw or whatever. And then the face. How do we draw the face of this building? It's like the building's kind of cut in half. It's kind of neat. And maybe a window here. I think the angle of this is off, which is why it's throwing everything off for me. Yeah, I'm going to erase this. This would almost be straight down. There, that feels better. No, I don't like that angle. There we go. And then I will darken that door. Maybe it has 2 windows on top. That's cool. Get this angle right. Oh. And pull down some posts. Pull down some posts. Draw, like maybe it look like it has a stone base and some windows. Didn't like that very much. Some windows. And we'll kind of make this look like there's stones in here. Kind of looks cool. Now, it needs some sort of like identifier that this is the chief's hut. Maybe like a... Maybe I do like the other one. Oh, I did that wrong. Well, let me think. If I go, it's gonna be like conical. Not comical, conical. What's this other one look like? Yeah. This kind of works. Okay, I think I'm gonna go back to get rid of these. There we go. And what if we made it... What if we went like... What if we just did some decorations on the front instead? Like a big... I don't think I got that angle right, but... Yeah, no, definitely don't like that. Okay, so now if we bring these like this, maybe we go this way instead. We make this the decoration coming outwards from the building. It's kind of unique. Thicken these up. And then there would probably be some cover here because you wouldn't want the rain to come into your smokestack. Right? And what did I do over there? Yeah, I darkened that. Okay, so now I can darken this. And darken this door. Darken, 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 darken. That's kind of neat. It's almost like, oh, this is cool. I just had another thought. It's almost like the chief's hut were split in half, and one family went one side, and the other family went the other side, and they are at war. Make that look more structurally sound. It's kind of fun, actually. It's kind of fun, like, just coming up with little backstories. Okay. Who's hot? Now, the problem is, I can't just flip it and put it on the other side, because the angle would be wrong, right? Am I right? Yeah. So I'm going to have to draw it. I'm going to have to draw the other hut now. Oop. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. We'll put this up here. And draw on the right layer. So now I gotta kind of draw this from a different angle, like from the back of it. So it would go up like this. I think you would have this. This might actually be easier to draw from this side. Okay, and then we have these coming up here. And this one coming from the back. And then the decoration going out. Now, I'm not super pressed about like making this look exactly perfect because I'm going to scale these way down. And when I do that, you're gonna lose a lot of the detail anyway. So, not overly concerned. But we'll put in the stones here. Excuse me. And you just put in some wibbly wobbly lines. It starts to look like stones are in here. And filling them in. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to increase the size of the brush, fill in this black gap up top. Oh, I forgot the cover over the thing. Maybe we'll go like this and like this. And you get, these are two parts of one whole. And put this across. Oh, I see. So that's got to go a bit. Cool. Yeah, I'll just tighten that line up. There you go. Okay, zooming out. Now, I got to scale these down, so I'll scale them down together so they're about the same height and size. That fits. There you go. And we'll move the west one back over to the west. I think it needs to be a little bit thicker, so I'll add a stroke to it. Do I have the right color? Yeah, that's good. Centered. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And I guess I better do that to this one. Copy layer style. Paste. Ethan, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Pasting. You caught me in the middle of drawing. We are looking at the the map of Coatunn. Or actually the map of Obrun in Coatunn. Last time you were here was the first day, and we've made some progress, as you can see. Ethan says he's in class, bored as heck. Thought he'd stop by. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. How's school going? Hope it's going well. Okay, these look like I need to move some huts around because I don't like the symmetry of it all. Maybe move these up here. Move them. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna add another one. This. Cool, cool, cool. Let's add some more huts on this side. I think maybe we'll go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh no. The west side has one more hut. I don't know if that makes us equal. Ethan says, just a snooze, not gonna lie. I already have my credits just staying for the D&D club. Attaboy. That's cool. That's fun. I've given these two villages a little bit of a story, like it's sort of the Hatfield and McCoys, where there's like a generations long feud between them, and so you've got the east side versus the west side, and sorry, I couldn't help myself. And they're just split by the river. I made the huts, the chief huts, look like they're literally split down the middle. I think that could just be a fun little story there. Ethan is the president of said club and founder. Attaboy. That's fun, Ethan. Good job. Well, I mean, this more or less fleshes out the main ideas that I had for this map, but there are some glaring spots that we need to fill in with stuff. Like, what else would you have? Let me just, oops. Let me get rid of this. Let me do this. So I got to do something in here. In here. And something over here. And maybe something up here. But I like this area being the main traffic area. You know what I mean? Oh, I got to hydrate. There was a redemption. Thank you, Ethan. What are you trying to say, buddy? I sound a little hoarse. I'm here to see a man about a horse. So maybe we start down here. What the heck would be going on down here? I think maybe it's like the national forest. I think that's smart. And then if we think about what's going on up here, upwards towards the city, maybe there's another suburb down here. Maybe there's another village. This indicates that it's high, that goes high up here, like cliffies. And that would be pretty well protected from any kind of attacks or anything. So what, do we have people living in here? Do we have the army in here? Do we have barracks? Who's groin? Disgruntled gnome from Armazal. Who's groin? Is that part of the show, Ethan? Boy, your memory's good for that kind of stuff. I don't have a memory like that at all. That's funny. And then what would I do here? Like, this would just be traveling spaces. Like, maybe there are some, like, cultists or something in here. I think that could be defined later on. Let me write cults. And I think up here we'll do... Ethan says, while Tessie was playing with wind chimes and the owner came out and she thought he was Griorn. Oh. That's funny. I forgot about that. And I think, yeah, I think we have a national forest down here. So let's start with the forest, because that's the easiest one to, like, to really organize. Ethan said it was like episode 8 or 9. Yeah. I remember it now that you say it. I just don't remember things off the bat like that. I've never been that guy. I have a terrible, terrible memory. Let's get down to 5-point brush. What do trees look like? Good question. I think we just go like this. Trees on a map just kind of look like this over and over, or what? Kind of looks like kanji in a way. It's cool. It's got like a calligraphic vibe to it. You know what I mean? Keen mind feet. Take it next level up. Thank you. Thank you, Ethan. Hey. Alaris, I always pronounce this wrong. Miragi. Hello, welcome to Dungeons, Dragons, and Dice. Huh. Do I put stem, like, trunks on these trees or not? I don't know. In a forest, you wouldn't see them. Well, in the forest, you would see them, but I mean on a map. I don't know that you would see them when they're all clumped together and we go like this and we start new ones. Oh, I find that one was too long. I'm going to layer them through. So talk to me. How's everybody's Wednesday going today? Just another midweek hump day. Who's on their lunch break? That's the question. Alaris says, my favorite class is the sorcerer, though I'm experimenting with barbarian in my current campaign. How about a barbarian sorcerer? That would be fun. Actually, I think I played like a wild magic barbarian, which was fun just for the chaos of it. I do like the martial classes though. For one shots, you get to hit lots. Barbarian bard, yeah. I did play a barbarian. I like hitting things and I like axes. I don't know why I can't get this tree to look like what I want. I mean, does that relatively look like a forest? I think I'm gonna have to go in and like double up each of the lines, thicken it out. You know what I mean? Something like that. It's hard to tell. Yeah. Griorn, though, man, that is still my top favorite character of all time. In fact, he is the inspiration for this world, so I keep him alive and well in my brain. And I love that people got as attached to him as I did. Oh, Ethan says the girlfriend's gift is being delivered to her. You should put that in the Discord there, Ethan. I know that Deathadil was interested in that. Is that too much? No, that looks okay. Oops. Start getting lost in the sauce here. I'm starting to lose my eyesight and lose the feel of this. A lot of same and yet different. But I suppose that kind of makes them overlap and look more foresty, doesn't it? I don't want the lines to actually overlap. It starts to look muddy. Ethan says, I think I wrote somewhere in Aethelus's lore he met Griorn. That's freaking cool. And Ethan wrote, oh, the bracelet was a total scam. The real thing was like $150, $200. Holy smokes. Well, I sure hope that that is appreciated and you're making smart financial decisions, Ethan. I did jump onto your stream the other day, Ethan, when you went live, but I'm not sure that you saw me in there. And I could only hear you. I couldn't hear the other people in the stream. Wait, huh? I was streaming? Yeah, see, I don't think that you knew that you were streaming. I did pop on and I did try to tell you that it wasn't working right. You were playing like D&D. Are you playing some sort of tabletop with people? Sounded like D&D. But it looked like Discord was up. Uh-oh, ads. Are there ads on this stream? I suppose there's probably ads on every stream. That one's too big. Just a lot of flicking and erasing and doing it again and finding the right angle. And I feel like other people would be much more proficient at this, but it is what it is. There we go. And depending on how hard or soft I press, thicker the line is. But you get that that's forest through the trees. Oh, I don't like the way that made like a smiley face or something there. Maybe put some soft touches around, I don't know. And the question is, how far and how wide do I got to go with this? Ethan said, all right, what was I streaming? I believe you were streaming some sort of tabletop. It was probably D&D. It looked like your Discord was up and you were talking to people. You were DMing. Yeah, I don't really know what it was because I could only hear your side of things. And then I just saw like it looked like you were on your mobile phone doing it. I kind of want these lines to layer and not be exactly across from each other. But this is looking pretty decent. Oh, that might have been Soraban. I don't know, Ethan. Alara says, fun fact, I'm a writer of a fantasy romance. Oh, okay. Tell me more about it. Are you working on it now? Is it published? Is it something we can share with people? Tell me everything. I am a consummate supporter of others' creative work. I love when creative people do creative things, and I love helping promote and push that. I am an amplifier, I have been told. And when it comes to doing stuff on my own, oh boy, I get in my head about it. But we are focused on progress, not perfection. I totally came up with that on my own. Copyright me. Speaking of copyright, the music you do hear on stream was done by me, and a lot of it is copyright free up on the YouTube. You're welcome to use it in your own projects. Have fun with it. It was stuff I made for our own streaming purposes. I enjoy doing it. I'm not great at it. There are other options out there that are probably much better, but it's for the funsies. I think there's some good stuff in there. If you want to check that out, it's youtube.com/@thederpwood. THEDERPWOOD. I'm also reposting these streams on the on the YouTube as well. So we've been getting a fair amount of people checking in and following along, following the progress, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Feel free to comment there as well. Let me know what you're thinking, if you got name ideas, because we got a lot of stuff to name. And later today, I think we'll sit down and actually, geez, it's already been 40 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. We should look at from some naming conventions. Excuse me. Now the question is, this would be like, this is an island, right? And I just drew, I want to say deciduous. It's a 50-50 shot. But I drew pine trees. And on an island, they don't have pine trees. They have jungle. So that's kind of silly. It makes me want to delete it and start again. But what the heck does a jungle look like? Well, that's what we got to figure out. Let's look up a jungle map here. Oh, okay. I could do something like that. You guys see that? So you get some palm trees, but mostly you just get big, roundy, long trunked trees. I think I'm going to have to start over again. Because there wouldn't be a pine forest in an island, on an island. Although it is a fantasy world, you can do whatever you want. But I like to keep it, relatively connected to our current reality. I think there's a balance to be struck there. So let's see. So it was kind of like roundy trees. Whoops. Big, long tree trunks. And then maybe some, I'll do some more of those, but I'll do like a palm tree out here. What's a palm tree look like? This is not the best looking palm tree. That's not bad. Actually, that line helped clear a lot of that up. I think what I might do is try to get this line right. I might save these out as individual layers and icons so I can move stuff around. That's not my favorite, but it's not bad. Okay, so let me split these up into different layers. So this one feels rather large. Come on. Oh, what did I just do? Oops. Whoopsies. So we'll call this palm tree. Palm. I think I'll make a few of these. I think I'll make a few of these style trees in a clump. Just trying to figure out like the aesthetic layout of it. You want to have it kind of balanced but asymmetrical. Just occurred to me that I wanted There should be a life tree here, or even here. Maybe that's what's over here. And that's why there's cults and there's a major life tree. Island's life tree. But wouldn't you want to protect the life tree? These are the things you got to think about. I'm gonna move. I hide this palm for now. Look more like clouds than trees. Oops, I don't like the way that's. Maybe one up here. I mean, I'm just making this up as I go. Feeling a little Bob Rossi. Happy little accidents. And then I think there needs to be one over here. Oh, so I want to close that loop there. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Put some other trunk stemmy things down here. Starts to look jungly. Look at my inspiration here again. They don't do any of that. I need to zoom in. Can I zoom in? No, that zooms in the wrong way. Let's visit this. I see there's just some small bush down there and big trees up here and stones and other things. Okay. So maybe we draw some smaller ones down here. Oops. And stones. Stones are cool. Big stone. My concern is I turn this off and maybe it doesn't fit anymore. Like, oops. Wrong button. Yeah, we could put it up there like that, and then I can delete some of the stuff. Make my eraser bigger. That's pretty cool. I like that. And once I get these laid out, I think I'll probably go back and, you know, to give them some different line weights and whatnot. Another stone. Another stone here. Balance that out. Some bush in here. There we go. That's looking cool. We're getting a kind of getting a symmetrical feeling here, balanced look and feel. That wasn't intended, but it's working. Oh, I don't that line. Does that look like a rock, like a big stone? Big stone. Yeah, it starts to feel more illustrated now. We'll start going and giving these different weights, different feelings back here. I mean, I don't even know what that is there, but it's filling in the holes with lines. Whoa. Why is that not erasing? Oh, because I did all that on it. Dang. Okay, I gotta join them together. Silly me. I messed that up. I was drawing on the wrong layer. Not the first time, as you guys know. Now, I look at these, I got lots of swoopy, swipey, sort of calligraphic. I think I should do the same down here and swoopy, swipey into the trees. We'll go with a smaller brush. Get some, start to make them feel billowy. It's a word that I've used for the second time this week. I don't think that's a strong enough line weight. Oh, look in here. You can see the edges of the palm tree peeking through. I don't like that. So, we spent a fair amount of time doing the detail work in here, and it's fun. But I can't forget that I want to start thinking about some of the names of these places that we have unnamed. And I had put together a sort of lexicon in our spreadsheet, spreadsheet that collects all the information about the world. My world building spreadsheet, if you will. And I thought maybe we would go in and think about some of the names of these places after we get finished here. Some real lore building, some writing. Like, you got to think about things from the perspective of the people or creatures that live here. And these dwarves that inhabit this island, first of all, in my mind, there has been they've been here for tens of thousands of years, like so long that they don't know how long they've been here almost. No, they probably would. It would probably be historically written. They write everything down. They are historians. And there is the old tongue and the new tongue. And in the new tongue, things are pretty on the nose, pretty descriptive. I think that is the dwarvish way in my world. So their religion and world is based around obsidian. So a lot of the names are obsidian based. As an example, the main city is Port Obsidian. The volcano is like on the nose, Sida, obsidian, Sida. Fell is Norse for mountain. So that's kind of the way that I've approached the naming conventions of everything. And I think it makes it easier for, with a lot of the high fantasy stuff I've read in my time. I never know if I'm pronouncing the names of the places or the people the right way. And I find if it's overcomplicated, I just shut down. My brain doesn't even bother trying to figure out what the name is anymore. I just look at it phonetically, glance over it, and move on. So something for me that connects is just an easier naming convention, and within reason, because I think that's depending on the culture. Some of the other creatures in this world like the orcs and the dragonborn or dragon kith, as we call them here. They are much more eloquent and in their naming conventions, and that's cool. And we will get to that. We will explore that in time. Um, but for my dwarves, I just see them as pretty straightforward, transparent people culturally. Aggressive but loyal. I don't know what the heck that's starting to do down here. I don't know what the heck's going on there. Yeah, so I have some ideas, but I started building a lexicon that identified sort of Norse, Caribbean, Tolkien style, and D&D style, like naming conventions and things that we can possibly lean on. I definitely don't want to lean on like too much stuff that exists, especially like creative stuff like Tolkien style and whatnot. Um, that's not what I'm interested in doing, but at the same time, this world in my mind is D&D adjacent. I want to be able to play in this world eventually, in the D&D world, uh, using that system in this environment. So we're just homebrewing. But long term, I'd love to write stories. I'd love to have collaborators and work on stories. I see a lot of potential here, and I think it's important to just get it down and grow as it grows. I think there would be, some darkness underneath these trees. Kind of give it some 3D perspective, but show that, there'd be shade coming down. This is not my favorite drawing, but it makes sense. Also, is the color wrong? I think I'm working in the wrong color. So we will just color over. There we go. Aha. That's why these things over here look so dark. I got to do that too to these villages that I made earlier today. Just pasting the layer style on them so that they are all consistently brown. Uh-oh. I lost my stroke there on that one. So now I gotta go like this. Strokes on. Better. Copy the layer style. I put this damn pen in my mouth quite a bit. I can't help it. I need to use both hands with the keyboard and the mouse, and it gets in the way. Okay, so let's do some little bureaucratic stuff here. So let's call this unnamed jungle. West Village, East Village. I think I've done the naming wrong on my file. Okay, so here's the fun part for anybody that's following that really likes the lore side of things. I have a big old lexicon happening here with some word stock and ideas. I have listed through the English on this column, then the actual words. And you know what? I don't even think it needs to be that wide. Let's go like this. I put down the meaning and any notes, and then I've highlighted in this side whether it's Norse, Caribbean, Tolkien, or D&D. I'm trying to keep them kind of all together. As you see, as we scroll down there, you can see what's going on. with that being said, some of the stuff I took, like for example, the frost giant's name in Norse is Hrimbers. I don't know. Fire giant would be called an Eljotunn. World is Heim. Enclosure Gardier. Mid realm is Mid. Uh, some of the stuff you would know, you would recognize. There's names for elf, dwarf, valkyries, bay, son of. So these are sort of the suffixes that are really good. So realm of would be something something dash Heim, or like the northern realm would be Nordheim in Norse mythology and Norse language. A stronghold would be called a something borg, like a fortress. Could be, in this case, obsidian borg. It's a terrible name, but you know what I mean. So I've written some things down like that, and then you get into some of the Caribbean, and we're talking Indigenous Caribbean, so we're talking Taino, Arawak, Carib. Those seem to be the main influences that I was able to find in languages. A lot of the language is lost, which is very unfortunate. So there's not as much Caribbean information in here, and I'm going to continue to add as I go. And what I'm thinking is, let's go look at our map. So, okay, so for example, we haven't even named our main fortress. And the fortress itself is carved into the volcano, into the mountain, on the side of the mountain. It is the lifeblood of these people. It is both a fortress and a barracks. It is also a mainstay for trade and commerce. It is also where it has a huge religious sect in there, all based around the obsidian that they mine from the volcanoes. They have mined very deep into the volcanoes and have opened up a whole side on the inside of it where they have to defend against big baddies. Other, I'm thinking sort of the Underdark has come through essentially. So how do we name that? I think it has to do with something about the stone spirit, the obsidian spirit, the connection with, you got to think mountain, you got to think stone, you got to think fire, you got to think black glass. So I'm thinking, for example, so sun in the Caribbean language would be kachi. So maybe sun, fire is fauna. Maybe the fortress name is like Firestone, so fauna, and then we'll go look for stone in Norse, which I assumed I had in here. Yeah, I do. Stein, so Faunestein. The fortress could be called Faunestein. Or that you could just say mountain fortress. It could be fell. Mountain is fell, and where's fortress? Is there fortress or anything in Caribbean? There isn't, right? Because they didn't build the same way. Interesting. Borg, if you do dash Borg is stronghold. You see here, like it's another way of saying fortress in the Norse. Okay, so what's mountain in Caribbean? There really wouldn't even be that, would there? Yeah, it's not this. I don't have enough information here. I need to find some more. I wonder. Is there a word for mountain and final or oh, there is. Okay, so this is what I do. I search Google, see what comes up. Prominent word association mountain is Ayiti, or which sounds like Haiti, right? Like land of high mountains, which it's probably very much connected to that. So, excuse me. What I'll do is I'll add a row in here. I'll go mountain. I don't. You don't want it to have the format. High mountain Caribbean, and maybe I should start adding in that because it looks like I have other options here. Or Stone Mountain Chibao. So I'm just collecting words as we go, and then we can narrow down the language. Term for mountainous island like Dominica was often linked to the concept of highland, and in some contexts, the Taino word Haiti. Another Taino word, while meaning the land of the valiant lord, is named from Puerto Rico. Okay, I don't. Oh, that's why they say Borico. Okay, I don't care about that. I don't think that connects here. So I wonder if there's a word for lava. Lava. Fire or flame is Pia. I don't think that's what I have here. Is it fauna? Yeah. Siba is another word for stone or rock. Okay. Okay. Kalinago, Arab, and Taino people viewed volcanoes as sacred, and they often associate them with spirits or gods, such as the Turalek. Huh. Sorry, you caught me there reading. What was I doing? I wanted to take Turalek as the god. Do I need to? I don't think I'm gonna keep actual their god names. Some of it I have, some of the spirit names. Yeah, I'm gonna add it in. Let's add it in. Oh. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not. There's so far I haven't really landed on anything that I'm liking in terms of some. I need it to be brandable, easy to say, easy to remember. Um, the Norse stuff seems to be so easy to me, but I don't. I want it to be really an amalgamation of both. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, that to me this world is it's got the Norse foundation, so the Norse style mythology is the foundation, but the spirit of the world is Caribbean. So I want to lean into the Caribbean words a lot more, but I don't find them as easy to connect. I guess is what I'm trying to do. Here's one for Earth: is eerie, soil, ground, but this we're not. We're talking stone. We're talking fire. We're talking lava. We're talking deep into this volcano. Did I ask for volcano? I must have. Soufre is a French name. Kalanago perspective. Okay, terminology. Ayukuti is used from mountain. That's a great word. Arawak word. Okay, let's put that in there. Volcano. Um, okay. Ayukuti. So, what's fortress? Where's fortress? Fortress. Where did we put that? Stronghold is Borg. So, what if we did something like, I like Kuti Ayakuti Borg. It's too fauna, fire volcano fortress. So fauna Kuti Borg. Fauna Kuti Borg. Fauna Kuti. I just like Fauna Kuti. That's kind of a cool name. Fauna Kuti. Fauna Kuti Fortress. Fauna Kuti Fortress. I think that's a cool name. And that feels like deep and connected to the religion, Fanakuti. And it's one of the few places that isn't just on the nose like Port Obsidian, Fanakuti. I like it. It flows easy. It feels easy to read. Yeah, I think we found something there, folks. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave the naming for now. Let's start next week up with naming some stuff together. It would be really cool if I gave you guys some homework for anybody that's watching. If you want to go and come up with some names that connect both Norse and Indigenous Caribbean mythologies, naming conventions, ideas, or just give me info. I think that would be really cool. Otherwise, I'll keep going with my lexicon in my own time. We'll get back here next week. We'll do some naming. And maybe from there, we'll see where that goes. I don't know how much more of this map we need to do. Sorry, I hate this context bar. It always is in the way. Yeah, the map is looking pretty good. I think we need to do a life tree over here and something around that surrounds that. And I think up in the top right area, we should be doing, like in this northeast area, we should be doing. Oh, thank you. Wawatessi Play showed up. She said, "This looks really cool. You've done a great job." I wonder if Ethan's still around. Ethan, look, Wawatessi's in the chat. So up there, I'll probably do. I don't know. I'm debating whether it's like we do some army barracks or something, but I think that's also would make more sense to have that in the city and the fortress. Maybe it is some very high-end living up there. Could be. There's beach on either side, and then you're protected with the highlands there, the cliffs there. So yeah, I don't know. We'll think about that. So yeah, tune in next week. Let's figure it out. It's progress, not perfection. We're gonna keep working on this. We're just getting it out of my brain and doing something fun together. Look at that sweet transition. So once again, thanks, folks. We will see you actually this Sunday for our Vampire the Masquerade actual play. It would be so cool if you guys showed up to that and talked to us through it. We're on episode 2, going into episode 2, so we're very fresh there. A different TTRPG that we're playing and exposing people to and learning as we go. You know me, I'm a derp. That's why this is the derp one. So I'm derping my way through it, fumbling through. And yeah, this will also be up on the YouTube, youtube.com/thedirtwood. We hope to see you here next week, if nothing else. Thanks all. Take care.